Hello and welcome back to the channel, friends. Happy New Year to you. Happy 2024. I hope it's off on the right foot for you and you're doing well. We're getting into some more Terracards content today, folks, and we have a challenge run before us. And the challenge run we're going to attempt today is the No Reroll Challenge. And the rules are exactly as stated. We're not going to use the reroll function. Imagine a big red X through the reroll button. So this is going to force us, of course, to choose between the three selections that we have before us. So that's what we're getting into today. And obviously anybody who's played the game Terracards understands the utility and the value of rerolling. Now sometimes it can definitely get you in trouble, but I think it's a pretty big necessity to the game, especially as you try to kind of roll into, solutions to a water crisis or an energy crisis, or get that key structure that you're looking for to complete your production chain. So that's what we're looking at today here, folks. Let's see how well we do in the realm of Terracards, and I just appreciate you being here. That being said, if you are new here to the channel, or maybe you're just kind of stopping by and you enjoy the content, please consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. Building a community here, and we'd love to have you aboard. So that being said, I'm going to start things off with some corn here, folks. And I do get sunflowers. That's real juicy. Love to see that. And I also did go cow. So I think I want to feature cow early here. We're going to get our typical kind of energy battery with the sunflower. Hopefully we can pull some blue wheat here soon. And like I said, I think I want to go with some cow action. And I want to do it early, because I don't think we're going to get the production buildings to really show up in a routine fashion without cows on the board. So we're going to get some cows on the board. We're going to get a nice, happy little fence of cows there. So let's do that. Apple trees are certainly an option. We could go peanut cows with this one. That's definitely an option as well. I'm going to go apple tree, though. Or, I'm kind of torn between this one. Let's go apple tree. Probably would have re-rolled there, to be honest, if I had the flexibility to do so, but I do not. So let's just go apple tree, and let's be satisfied with our choice. So I'm going to throw some apple trees here on this island. It does increase the water cost of cows, but it also ups their production by just a little bit, and we'll take it here in the early game for sure. So let's see. Wheat, sunflower, mill. The wheat is obviously the least water-intensive crop available right now. Sunflowers... Actually, no. Sunflower only takes one as well. So let's just take the sunflower, but let's refrain from playing our apple tree. I gotta get this water problem solved, and hopefully we can get it solved right here. We cannot. However, the carrots actually do help us solve that. So let's try to get some carrots on the board here before we experience some crop die-off. We get wheat expansion, the miracle, and cow deluge. Cow deluge will just completely tank us, so let's go wheat expansion, which will also, steadily increase our water costs as well. So we already kind of find ourselves in a position where we need to solve water, and we're not re-rolling, so I guess let's take a juicer as we kind of think toward the future. But the more we play these carrots adjacent to our cows, the more it's going to reduce their water cost. Looks like we had some wheat die off there. That's fine with wheat expansion. Maybe a few sunflowers were sacrificed too, but we do get a watery tree, and it could not have showed up at a better time for us, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and play our watery tree right here on this wheat island. It's going to get a nice little boost. Looks like we lost an apple tree as well, but that's okay. When you don't have water and you can't re-roll into a water solution, these are the kind of things that you're going to face. Water well wheat. Let's go with some more cows. I'm okay with some more cows for sure. I kind of envision a nice little central island here for our cow friends. So let's get a few more islands, purchase some of that real estate, throw a small fence down right here, and start adding some more cows. Let's get a nice little line of apple trees. We have water cows here. Definitely some utility with the water cow. It's either that or beans or a fisherman's hut. Fisherman's hut is interesting because It would allow us to go into penguins. So I'm actually going to grab the fisherman's hut. It's a card I don't necessarily always grab, but I think the penguins could be a pretty strong play here if we can get some lakes and get some penguins as well. We'll certainly find out. So let's see here. Fisherman's hut. So if I were a fisherman's hut, where would I like to be? I would like to be nice and isolated so I can just focus on calmness and fishing, right? So let's do that up this way. Let's throw that right there. Another watery tree here. Could definitely use it. Kind of holding out for some blue wheat though. And you already knew that, but we might not get it. It's completely possible that we just simply don't get it. Let's go with fuel peanuts for our fuel solution. And let's see here. We're getting 40 fish. I mean, that's not a great price tag. But when we get penguins, it should pay off in a big way. Let's play our fuel peanuts right here. It's going to be our early fuel solution. 8 more cows. That's a giant number. Real hard to turn down. We're of course going to need some fencing before we can really make use of them, but let's take that. We are going cows, so it would just make sense, right? Do have a juicer here. We could start getting some apple juice. I think I like that play. Let's throw the juicer right there on that island. Fuel corn. This is going to go well with our corn that we already have, and is also another fuel solution, and in my opinion a far more effective fuel solution. So here we go. We have home sweet home. That's kind of a no-brainer. Just take that one right away, especially with kind of the build we're working with here, where we're adding in cows. We have a lot of cows to add, but we have to be careful, of course. We do get a melter. We also get a water well, but we get a melter. I'm going to take the melter here. It's going to go really well with our corn islands. So let's just expand this to this way and set up a little spot for our melter, which should be operational as soon as we can get it on the field. So more cows, you bet. We're going to play them, and then we're going to find a strategic place for our watery tree as well. The water is a bit of a concern, but it's not super critical just yet. I mean, I could play a watery tree right here. Yeah, that's decent. We'll play it right there. We do get some lakes here. We'll definitely take the lakes. I think that's a strong play. It can work to both offset the water cost of our animals. It can also work to be a home for our penguins, which we are well positioned for with our fisherman hut. So let's get the melter in place here and look at that fuel production skyrocket. Still kind of keeping an eye out for our blue wheat, of course. Pasteurizer, that's definitely something that we're looking for. So let's grab that and get that down on our island right here as well. $81K, all right. Making some apple juice. Popcorn looks to be our biggest product right now. Making a measly $2,000. But it's still early, folks. It's still early. We can still pull out of this one. Let's go more cows. Just makes sense. And then we're kind of at an impasse here. Do we play the lake to offset the water cost? Or do we keep going? I think we keep going. Need more fences. Fuel wheat, crusher, beans. The crusher isn't going to do anything for us. Fuel wheat, we do have wheat expansion. But again, it's just not very inspiring. So let's go beans. Kind of as the least invasive play here. And we can throw those right on our island here with our fuel peanuts. Should be alright. Giant cows. We have more carrots here. More carrots will be useful. We can actually put them right here and continue to help offset the water cost of our cows. So that's another way to kind of solve a water problem, which we do. We get in the positive there. That's good. Of course, it will become more of an issue when we kind of reach that threshold and the water cost is completely offset by those cows. But for the time being, we're doing all right. Dionysian rights, I think that's a strong one here. So we're going to do that. And you can see our cows' water cost is 0 now with the carrots in play. Gives us a little bit of a water surplus. Now we're getting 218. Oh, because of the Dionysian rites. Okay. So that actually came into play at a pretty good time. It was a pretty good essence reward to grab. Didn't necessarily understand the full impact that it would have, but it's got a good impact so far on us. So now we're looking at a scenario where I think we have to do the costly expansion and get more sunflowers there for sure. Crusher, Fuel Infuser, and Fuel Cow. We have no cows adjacent to a fuel source, so that's not really going to work for us. Fuel Infuser, adjacent island crops use fuel instead of water. I think we actually have a play for that, for sure. So let's go ahead and grab that. And let's see, what is the best place? So that's adjacent island crops, right? And it looks like it's a 4-tile building. I mean, this would save us 30 water right here. 30 water per turn. Why don't we play it right there? We can always throw some more fuel corn around it. So now the fuel corn is producing fuel, but also using fuel. So yeah, it's but it does get the fuel bonus in going to the melter, so that's completely fine. Giant sunflower. Here's our fermenter. We'll take that, of course. That's going to empower us to get the yogurt product, which is just a better product all around from our cows. So you'll love to see that. We'll keep playing some carrots here to offset the water costs of these cows here. And we're kind of just managing a tight water margin right now, aren't we? Well, that's alright. Fuel wheat, juicer, olive tree. None of these are very inspiring, are they? We don't really need another juicer. We just don't. I'm trying to think future state, like what else could we use a juicer for? Maybe like sugarcane? I don't want 6 olive trees. I don't want 10 fuel wheat. So I'll take the juicer just because it's the card with the lowest quantity in the stack. Pay the taxman here, and we're looking at a situation where we really need a fence. We really need we really need energy too, to be honest, because that's going to help us convert our cow products. So let's hope we can get it. Here's some blue wheat. I mean, I don't like taking this over the watery tree, right? But we kind of have to, especially given where we're at economically. So I'll take it. Of course, they give me both the watery tree and the blue wheat in the same hand. It's just the way it works sometimes, folks. But that's okay. So we're getting our blue wheat down, which is excellent. And we get some medium fences here. That's perfect as well. We'll take that. And I'm going to actually expand here and throw some more blue wheat down. And also right here for some blue wheat. And use the power of the wheat expansion to do its thing. Should be able to still pay the bills. And these wheat fields especially are going to really buff up our water production. Actually, sorry, I said that wrong. The watery tree is usually on the island with the blue wheat. So that's actually not how it goes. But good energy production nonetheless. Do excuse me there. Could go sugarcane here. I mean, do we want to go sugarcane? It's very water intensive. Do we go more blue wheat? I think we have plenty of blue wheat, especially with wheat expansion. So I'll take more sunflowers. I think that's fine. Hopefully we can maybe get our hands on another watery tree before these islands fill up. But they're already pretty much full. So that ship has kind of sailed. But let's throw a medium fence right there. Let's pay the taxman and let's take our next essence reward. We do get Dealer's Hand, Arboreal Bounty, or Flush. Arboreal Bounty actually has a unique play here. But of course, we won't be able to stack future trees. Which means... I don't plan on going olive or apple trees. Watery trees are obviously a pretty big thing, but I'm going to go with Arboreal Bounty here. And that's actually going to give a boost to our overall water production, which is good. I'm going to refrain from expanding as well. In fact, let's throw our last blue wheat right here. It's a good spot for it. And let's start pumping our fences full of cows. We do get a cutter here. That is a good option as well. So we're going to go with that. Maybe we can get a mixer as well. A great spot for the cutter is going to be right here with our cow friends. Start getting some grated carrots. And we're just going to hold off on our blue wheat for now. Do have our other fermenter. That's not going to do us much good. Can we afford this expansion? We're making about 10 grand a turn. Fermented apple juice and yogurt kind of carrying us. So I think we can afford to just expand one more time there. So we'll do that. We can throw our beans right here with the carrots. And here's a water tank. Very, very good card there. Let's see. Either that or we have medium fences. To add, I believe we still have a ton of cows, right? But the water tank does two things. It gives you water. And it also boosts the production. So I'm going to go... I've got to go medium fence. I don't love it. They're giving me some really hard choices in this one for sure. Now we're getting some grated carrots, which don't sell well, but they will mix into our yogurt of the future once we get there. Let's make sure we can pay the bills. It looks like we can, so we'll add another cow island there. Still keeping an eye out for our penguins that we did make an investment in. Almost re-rolled there. Water cow. Water cow would be useful right here. Let's grab a water cow, sure. Let me just remind myself here. Water cow takes 3 slots. Okay. So don't add any more there. Let me play the medium fence. Add the water cow there. Add the regular cow here. And we're doing alright. A crusher. That's not what we need. We need the mixer. Could also use some more corn in general. So I suppose we can grab fuel peanuts here. It's not very inspired. Like, I just don't know what the crusher is really going to do for us with kind of how we've, the direction we've gone. So let's go ahead and grab the fuel peanuts. And let's get more cows in here to sort of try to stabilize our income. Cow's very water intensive, of course. But that'll be okay. Let's just hold on to our fuel peanuts. More cows. Yeah, we gotta go more cows for sure. There might be a play if we can get... If we can get another pasteurizer and put it right here, you can actually get another cow island here, all feeding into the same central island. So that's certainly an option. I don't think I really want to make that real estate investment right now, but it's definitely an option for us. Let's see how this plays out. Getting some good yogurt production. Let's just keep filling our fences with our cow friends here. Solar panel, crusher, and wolf. Just a bunch of stuff we absolutely do not need. I guess we'll take the... let's take the solar panel. Don't really need the crusher. Just don't see a utility for it. I don't plan on going, you know, olive tree or anything like that. We could get 2 more fences of cows right here. But then we're going to need another pasteurizer, right? So I think the best thing to do here is just to continue to roll. We're going to have to continue to roll. Don't want to make any costly expansions. More medium fences. More apple trees. Certainly go with some more apple trees. They'll be free here on this island. We do want to keep one spot open, though, for... We do want to keep one spot open, though, for a mixer, for sure. That's a must. If we maybe wanted to transition into crazy cows, we're going to have to get another juicer, which we have in our hands. So I could play that right here. We could add a grape island back here. And we have the fermenter there. So that's not a problem. Why don't we go with some more apple trees? I'm going to throw my juicer right here. And we're going to see what the TC gods, if you will, give us. We're going to go with Dealer's Hand. It's the only really applicable one. And never mind, folks. I have Arboreal Bounty, if you remember. So we'll throw our apple tree right here. Totally forgot I grabbed Arboreal Bounty. It's not one I'd normally grab because of stuff like that. But that's okay. We do have a pretty boosted... I mean, look at these apple trees. They're mighty. 116. That's very strong. Very, very strong. More lakes. Popsicles. These'll do. These will actually be better than the apple tree. It's going to work well on our little cow island here. Throw another apple tree here too. Why not? Sunflower, wheat, alpha, wolf. Man, we are just not getting much to really help us out here, are we? This is where you'd typically just re-roll it, right? Female rabbit mill. More fisherman hut. I guess we can take the mill. Not very inspiring, but we'll take it. We're all filled up on cows, and essentially before I expand further, I need to make sure that we can get the proper infrastructure in place that we need. Throw a mill right here, why not? Let's end our turn there. 125k. Starting to tighten up on us a little bit. Still making decent income for sure, but it is starting to tighten up. So the question almost becomes now, folks, do we scrap this idea of going penguin and use our lakes to mitigate water? I think the answer right now is no, but it's something we're going to have to think about in the future for sure. Especially if we don't get what we need. Field corn is useful. We'll take that. We have a lot of junk in our hands that we're kind of unable to play. Or at least it's not really value added to play, I guess is what I should say. Blue wheat, centrifuge. Don't really need that. Scarecrow is useful. I have blue wheat in my hand already. Let's go with the scarecrow. Scarecrow's got utility on our carrot island for sure. So I think I just need to like expand and just need to get some of this stuff out of my hands. So let's throw some of that stuff down. Let's throw an apple tree down as well. Not really an ideal spot for it, but what can you do? I'm just looking to get stuff out of my hands so I can have access to my other cards. Sometimes you just got to create a junk island. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look at all this stuff we have. We have a lot of just random stuff, including a bunch of apple trees. So why don't we play one there as well? Feel like Johnny Appleseed, you know? We get an ager, which will make our cows into reindeer. So we don't want to do that. But we do get grapes. So we're going to go grapes for sure. And I should be able to implement a plan that I already put the infrastructure in place for. So you'll love to see when things come together here, folks. This would be a good addition. And you might want to cover your ears. Oh, never mind. Well, only 2 of them because we only produced 2 bottles of wine. But now, of course, we're going to get the famed Crazy Cow. A fan favorite. Let's play our apple trees kind of wherever we can. Here's our penguin. Yeah, we'll definitely grab some penguins. You love to see that. Fuel grapes. I mean, fuel grapes would be very, very strong. But is it too strong? Is it cheesy? Kind of feels cheesy, doesn't it? I want to try to beat this run. a little more legit and not use an overpowered essence reward like field grapes. So let's skip on the field grapes. It'd be a great play here. It really would. It would take this little island right here and just send it to the moon. But we're not going to do that. There's some more crazy cows making good yogurt, but look at our water costs, folks. So we're going to have to go lake right here. We have to, out of pure necessity. And we might actually be able to... The penguin doesn't produce great there. But that's alright. See if maybe we can get another lake like down here. I think I have another lake in my hand, right? Yeah, I got one more in my hand. So let's get one right here. Or right here. Not the ideal place, of course, but it'll be okay. Easter Bunny, that's another one that feels kind of cheesy. I mean, of course, you grab the Easter Bunny, right? If you're legitimately trying to do this. I'm not going to, though, because, again, that's just... It feels like cheese, man. So we're going to just leave the Easter Bunny on the board and try to do this more conventionally. You know, with drunk cows and penguins and stuff. Alright, another lake. I mean, this is another water-intensive island right here. But I'm going to play our other lake right here. I have to watch the expansion, but we're making a decent income per turn with the advent of our crazy cows. So you'll love to see that. A peanuts oven giant carrot. None of them will really do us all that good, to be honest. We do have Peanut Fest, though, and I do have a crusher in my hand, so why don't I grab some peanuts? Sure thing. Let's grab some peanuts. Massive 512 production out of our penguins here. So let's keep an eye on the fish that we're getting. 2,000 fish per turn. That's another 10 grand. You know, every little thing counts. I can throw my peanuts right here now. I'm not really too concerned about the Fisherman's Hut. The Fisherman Hut's production, I should say. Because our... Oh, no, never mind. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Could definitely be. It wouldn't be the first time. Never mind. The fish production's back. Hard to explain. It just is. But that's alright. So now I'm thinking if I can get... But what does this do to my water? This puts our water in a very, very bad place for sure. We're at a deficit. If I add more cows here, that eliminates the ability to play a lake. But my thought is cows here, another pasteurizer here if we can find one. They won't be crazy cows. It doesn't feel very value added. So where's a very intensive water island? Looks like right here. So we could go ahead and do... Very wasteful of... I was thinking about throwing a water cow right here. Just to nullify that excessive water cost. I think we'll be okay. Let's just roll past this. Let's roll past it. And roll past this as well. Get some more grapes on the board. Let's get an apple tree. Benicula electric carrot female rabbit. None of these really do us any good at all. I'll grab the female rabbit. I'm not going to use it, but it's only one. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with my fish production. Seems like some turns we get, you know, thousands. Other turns we get just 40. I don't know if the penguins produce every other turn. Is that a thing? Hard to say. It doesn't say. But it kind of seems like it if you look at the numbers, right? Let's monitor here. Yeah, see, 40. So 40 fish that turn, right? Gnome, yeah, we'll definitely take a gnome. And then we get 3,000 fish. So it must be like an every other turn thing. Hard to explain, but that's what it seems like to me. Alright, let's end our turn there as well. Continue to play our peanuts. Still looking for that crusher that is in my hand somewhere. We do get our gnome, though. And our gnome is going to be very useful. Right here would be a good spot for him. Right here would be a good spot for him. Why don't we throw him right here? So if we get a mixer in the future, we'll get some boosted carrot production. So we'll take that all day. We do get a barn. Now this is a dangerous thing to have. Because I am just tempted to throw it right here. Tempted to throw it right here and say we'll solve the water problem in the future, but I can't do that right now. It's not responsible. We need to be responsible. Tropical soil, again, that is going to hurt our water cost. The miracle is going to take all of our water. But as far as crops that require water, we have a few of them. But the most water intensive thing we have is by far our cows. So I'm going to go with tropical soil here. Takes about 200 water off the top. And now we're going to be able to see exactly what that does to our income here. A peanut gnome, an ager. We'll go with the peanut gnome. I think that's fine. In fact, our corn really isn't doing anything. If we could somehow get a peanut gnome here and a crusher here and a melter here, right? Then we're looking decent from a peanut production. Could also throw some cows in the fence there with it. I don't think that's a bad play. Why don't we do that? Let's throw a medium fence there. Let's get a cow in there. Looking for our crusher, of course. Let's get our peanut gnome. And let's place some more cows in there too. Probably throw our water cow in there as well if we come across it. Yeah, here it is. So they'll throw the water cow in there. That saves us, you know, a good 80, 90 water. Which is good. You'll love to see that. Sunflowers. I'll take them. I'll take them because they work with what we're doing here. Alright, so sunny flowers, let's go. Another cow. It turns into a peanut cow. We got a nice little array of products here. Peanuts are nice and rich at 30k. Fish at 15k. Blue wheat surprisingly at 17k. See the power of that blue wheat there. Fermented apple juice, 3,000. And we must be down wheat, I guess, because our cows aren't producing. Why are we down wheat? We're making plenty of wheat right here. Like 33, 33. It's not producing peanuts, is it? I guess I'll have to take a closer look, but that's not good. And there shouldn't be anything here that causes it to produce peanuts. The peanut gnome is just... Oh wait, no, it's 2 islands, isn't it? Goodness gracious. Let's see here. Yep, 2 island production. Alright. So that is a massive miscalculation on my part, but we're going to see if we can pull ourselves out of this. For sure. No sense in throwing down the barn right now. And more gnomes in general, you bet. So let's get some wheat production for sure. Blue wheat does not count. It does not feed cows. So let's see if we can't get some wheat. More medium fences. Giant carrot. Go with the giant carrot. Could really use that yogurt production back, that's for sure. Could also use that crusher I drew like 100 turns ago. Here's some wheat. This is excellent. Love to see this. Alright, so we're going to go here, and we're going to go here. And we're going to make some wheat for sure. Here's a pasteurizer. We'll take that. We'll throw it right here. Can help us slingshot in some more cow product. So let's put the pasteurizer right there. And we're getting production of the yogurt again. That's good. It's a pretty big staple to our overall economy. Throw more wheat here. And you know what we're going to get, folks? We're going to get some wheat expansion action going on to essentially save us. Crab collector. Do we have a play for that? I mean, right here would be a decent spot for it. Right here, potentially, as well, if we can get cows in that fence there. Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll do that. I think it's the right choice. Gluttonous feast. Every animal produces twice. Bright corn. We just don't really have much corn presence. Let's go with gluttonous feast. I think that makes some sense. And we got some taxes to pay here, folks. Let's get that down there. Let's get both of them down there, actually. And let's get some cows in this fence here. If I have any remaining, that is. I simply might not. Almost re-rolled there. Don't let me do that. Biofuel generator. Cross works with the sheep, of course. So let's see. 216k per turn. Do I have a cow? No, I don't. Okay. So cows are definitely on the list of card to grab. Also running pretty slim on water here, aren't we? I want to try to get some of these cards played, though. The ones that are in my hand. Just to clear up the clutter a little bit. More blue wheat. I feel like I've had blue wheat in my hand for 100 turns here. Water cow. Is there a play for this? I mean, that'll save us 10 water there. Could throw a fence right here with some water cow. That'll save us a little bit. What are the other options? We have a melter, which we actually need for the peanut butter. So we're going to grab the melter. I actually didn't grab that crusher, huh? Interesting. Thought I recalled grabbing a crusher. I know I at least pondered it. Pasteurizer, fermenter, giant carrot, barn. Barn just feels dangerous. Oh, and we did nuke the production of our penguins here, didn't we? We sure did. That's alright. We'll throw a barn right here. Okay, so they actually lose production. And now they cost water even though they don't register a water cost. That's interesting as well. So So let's grab some water chickens then, since that's the case. Another fun day in Terracards here, folks. Alright, day 170. Getting close to the end here. Alpha Wolf, Fuel Infuser, Spose. Making some cash, for sure. But is it going to be enough? That's what we're going to find out. More penguins. Yeah, we'll grab more penguins, for sure. So 64 here. I guess we'll just throw them here. Not the ideal spot for them, but I can't bank on getting a lake. Here's a crusher. We'll take that. We'll get that down. We'll start getting some peanut butter production. We'll actually be getting a lot of peanut butter production. Another 15k. Up to a strong 205 per turn. Giant sunflower. It's an excellent time to get that one. The miracle, we have black water. Plus 10 production to animals, and they now consume fuel instead of water. Yeah, we'll definitely take that. We have plenty of fuel. That does bail our water supply out, which is excellent. So let's go ahead and get down our giant sunflower. This is a fine spot for our giant sunflower. 278,000. We're still only getting 40 fish, even though it's registering at 384 now with the black water. Let's take a look at it again here. 7,500. Excellent. 334, that's a big number. We have another lake here. Also have some barns. With our water cost saved, I think going barn here makes a lot of sense. We can throw it right here. Definitely right here. Probably right here too. Alright, so let's go one right here. Get that yogurt production into a nuclear state. Let's go right here as well to get our peanut cows just pumping out the peanuts. Alright, solar panel, medium fence. Yeah, let's grab more medium fences, you bet. I mean, right there is not really going to do us much good. We have an empty fence right here. It's not really a play for the medium fence yet, unless we can get some more animals in our hand. And what does concern me is basically day 190 through 200 here. It's going to be real tight. We need to do something that will take us over the top. Banicula will not take us over the top, but I think we're going to grab it because there's not really anything else to grab at this current point in time. Alright, 3.2 mil coming off the books. We have to make $4 million in 10 days. What are we looking at? So if you multiply this by 10, that's 3.76 million. So we're going to be just shy at this current rate we're playing at. So we have to come up with a solution here. We have to get lucky in the draws. We get a mixer. That's going to give us a bit more yogurt production. Actually, no, cancel that. That's huge. That gives us carrot yogurt production. Excuse me. This actually might be the key ingredient that we need. That might have just bailed us out here, folks. Let's see. 127 carrot yogurt. 16k. So we're actually making less money now. It doesn't make any sense, Terracards. It just doesn't. So basically it's taking every single carrot we can muster and is turning it into carrot yogurt. It is a bit of a bump. I can't explain what happened last turn there. We need every single cent we can get our hands on. And that means no more expanding. None of that stuff. We can play our giant carrot right here. And this is going to be very, very close. 402,000. We have a gnome. We can definitely play our gnome. Let's put him right here. Water tank. Kind of too late for the water tank. Silo is not necessarily useful and will require expansion. Let's go with the water tank. 384. Oh man, this is going to be so close. This is going to be so close. 346. I think we're just going to squeak by. Haha. Lost out by 66k. How about that? Well, I mean, technically we did get to day 200. We took it right to the finish line here, folks. And I think you could argue we were successful. But nonetheless, this is the no reroll challenge. I think you can see some of the complexities that are created by it. I mean, obviously, when you can't reroll, it kind of creates a whole new precedent for you. And, you know, it kind of feels like an act of desperation in some of those draw phases, taking cards that you absolutely don't want. But things like the stack that you're taking of the cards kind of comes into play, where if you really don't want the card or any of the 3 selections that you have, maybe the best course of action is to take the one with the least amount, so you have more of your good cards to actually play. Interesting way to play the game, an interesting challenge run. I had fun, and I hope you enjoyed the video as well. With that said, I will end the video here, but if you enjoy the content and are enjoying the content on the channel, especially Terracards, please consider subscribing. Love to have you in the community. That being said, we will catch you in the next video, folks. Thanks a lot. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.